Why? Why does this exist? Why do we live in a world with such abominations such as this? Reason Why Season 3 is one of the most irritating, unredeemable, displeasuring garbage I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Before I go over Season 3, I want to go over the whole series. We're just going to talk briefly about Season 1 and Season 2, and then I'll go into deeper detail about why Season 3 is so bad. Now, Season 1. 13 Reasons Why is a Netflix original series based on a novel of the same name by Jay Asher. That's what Season 1 has going for it to begin with. It's based on a novel, it's based on a book. Is Season 1 good? No. I wouldn't really say that, but is it bad? No. It's kind of in the middle. It's kind of eh. It has some good things about it, but it has some bad things. The story is about this high school called Liberty in the United States, and it's been struck by tragedy. A girl in the school has committed suicide, and all the kids in school are all, oh boy, this is terrible, oh my, we loved her so much. And then you have the protagonist, Clay Jensen, who's a bit of a socially awkward person. The story applies that maybe he has something to do with her death, because everyone is all, oh, we loved her so much, but he's all this gloomy and silent and like stuff. And then he discovers tapes that were 13 tapes that contain 13 reasons why Hannah, the girl who killed herself, did it. And as the show goes on, you discover that Clay was actually her most loyal and most kind friend, and the rest were all, we loved her so much, were actually just scumbags who kind of treated her horribly. Some worse than other, but all of them had something to do with her wanting to commit suicide. As a fictional story, it's pretty good. I actually like the kind of the plot of this, like the girl killing herself and leaving like tapes, and this guy who actually really cared about her goes through like extreme measures to make everyone who was involved, every single person on the tape, to feel really bad. I like that premise, it's pretty good. But the problem with this show is it takes itself way too seriously. It actually portrays itself like it is like the answer. They even have nowadays they have fucking essays at the beginning talking about how, like, if you need help, go to our website because we can help you. And that's one of the most annoying things about the show. It just takes itself way too serious. And this show has actually inspired people to do this in reality. That is not a good thing. You should not kill yourself and then leave tapes to haunt people. That is just twisted, and then you're no better than the people who bullied you. This show inspires people to do bad things. And that's pretty fucking bad. The show has a kind of a unique gimmick that I actually kind of enjoyed. It was the kind of the past and the present jump. Every time they were in the present, the cinematography was like really grey and gloomy, kind of representing how the world is kind of empty without Hannah and how he's empty without her. That was pretty good. I liked that. And every time they were like in the past, showing like Hannah interacting with everybody through the tapes, the cinematography is bright, representing that everything is bright now. And yeah, that was pretty good. And also a perspective. Remember this perspective, because that will become a relevant topic later in this review. There are two perspectives in this whole series. We have Clay Jensen, the protagonist, and we follow his perspective through the present, where he's like discovering the truth. And in the past, we follow Hannah perspective, then she's the protagonist. So basically there are two protagonists, and we follow each perspective through different time skips. And yeah, that's basic. That's easy to follow. People won't get confused, and that's good. I don't mind it. That's pretty good. But like I said, keep that in mind because future seasons can't really keep this up. I would say season 1 is flawed, but it has some good moments. So I would give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's the best I think I can do for it. Season 2, on the other hand, is pretty fucking bad. What season 1 had going for it is it's based on a novel, but the thing is, there isn't a sequel. There isn't a second book or anything. And the show was so successful on Netflix that Netflix just demanded the second season. So the writers kind of had to go all D&D on it. They don't have any source material to go on, so they had to make up their own source material. And well, they fucked up. The story of season 2 basically is that Hannah's mother has now seen the tapes and she knows what happened and she wants to take this whole thing to court. And basically, like in the first season, the theme was 13 tapes, 13 reasons on the tape. And now the theme is 13 testimonies, 13 people who are going to testify against Bryce Walker, who is the rapist who raped Hannah Baker and was the biggest reason why she wanted to kill herself. But all of the testimonies, or the people who are going to testify, are starting to get threatening letters and threats and blackmails and all that kind of stuff. It's like, ooh, scary. Who is it? Is it Bryce? Is it someone who works for Bryce? Who is it? Ooh, scary. Ooh, scary. We see all the characters go to court and tell their side of the story, because in the first season we saw like Hannah's side of the story, all from her perspective. Now we're seeing it from their perspective and how they felt about it and yada 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 yada. But here we run into a bit of a problem. Like in the first season, the whole perspectives is Clay present, Hannah past. But now it's all fucked, because in the first season, and like the first book, all of the characters, like the 13 characters, are just kind of like side characters. The story focuses on Clay and Hannah, and the relationship they had, and the only time the other characters really have moments to them is when the tape is about the episode is about them. But other than that, they're just kind of like in the background, and that's where they should have been. But season 2 decides to make them all, every single character, a major player in the story, meaning the whole perspective thing kind of gets fucky. We jump basically from Clay's perspective in the present to like Zach's perspective in the past, and then back to the present, but it's Justin's perspective now, and then back to the past, and it's Jessica's perspective now, and then yada yada yada. It's just all over the place, and it just confuses people, and it's hard to keep up with it. It's kind of fucking nonsense. Of course, they had to shoehorn in Hannah Baker. Now she's a ghost who haunts Clay and just follows him around. It's really stupid. It makes no sense. They just had to force her somehow in, and they were like, oh, we gotta get the actress something. Like I said, there isn't a sequel. This was never meant to have a sequel. Netflix just forced out a second season, and they had to somehow work with it. It just fucking sucks. You don't do this. It's like what D&D did with Game of Thrones. You don't fucking go off source material and just make up shit on your own. Especially not if you're a complete talentless hack who can't write for shit. But in the end, it was Montgomery, the asshole from season 1, and who was doing the threatening thing. They defeated him and stopped him from doing whatever the fuck he's doing. And Bryce doesn't get convicted for his rape. He gets away with that because he's a white male. Fuck all white males, right? Fuck all those white men. He gets away with raping Hannah, but Jessica steps forward, I remember, and Justin also testifies, and I think he gets kind of convicted for that thing. He doesn't go to prison, but because he's a rich white man, but he does go on like what's it called again? Like house arrest or something. Like he has a thing around his ankle and stuff. He's on probation, yes. And he's also being sent to another school and whatever. And it's all happy at Liberty. They go to the snowball dance, and oh no, here comes a school suit there. Clay does a stupid thing trying to stop him, and he does, and the season kind of ends there with a cliffhanger. Ooh, what's gonna happen next? And finally, season 3. Oh my god! Oh, sorry, I forgot to give season 2 rating. Like I said before, season 1 is like a 6. Season 2, it's a 4 or 3, I think. It's pretty bad. not much to it. It's pretty bad. But season 3 is just a masterpiece of garbageness. I'm gonna go over season 3 like I did with the first 2, and then I'm going into criticism. Season 3 takes place, well, it's kinda all over the place again. So it starts off with a new girl being introduced, and oh, believe me, this girl is fucking awful. She's some black chick who she literally just gets introduced in the 3rd season. She was never in the first 2. She just gets introduced and is a major player out of nowhere. Yep, she's pretty much the protagonist. She's actually I think she has more screen time than fucking Clay. Who the fuck is this chick?
Clay, I'm telling you right now, bro. If Bryce would have went to Long Beach, Jordan Cub would have been dead in season 1. On God. Who are you boys talking about? Is it Bryce? Tyler? Chloe? Who is it? Who are you? And why are you in me and my man's business? Clay, who is this bitch? I'm new here. I know everything. About everyone. Okay. I'm talking to my guy right now, so... About Bryce? It's about Bryce, right? Bryce? It's about Bryce? What do you know about Bryce? Get your nosy ass out of here! But I know things about everyone. Because you don't mind your fucking business! Shit, I'd know everything about everyone too if I was as nosy as your ass. What we got going on at this school ain't got shit to do with you. You don't have to be rude. Look, I wouldn't be so rude if you weren't so fucking annoying! Jesus fucking Christ! You are the most annoying character since Hannah fucking Baker! No offense, Clay. Why are you even in this season? Uh-oh, let me guess. Representation. Inclusion. Right? Well, I don't care! Let me talk to my boy Clay! Damn!
Instead of Hannah Baker monologuing or Clay monologuing, now she's the monologuer, and holy fuck, her noise gets annoying quickly. You see like her in like a flashback mode where she's like sitting in like, I guess she's sitting like in an interrogation room and is talking to a police guy and he's like, oh, I haven't been in Liberty for long. I don't know anybody. But then we see her like through those seriously, yes she fucking did, you fucking liar. Because this whole, like her in the room is supposed to be happening like at the end of everything. And when you see the past and the present, you like, yeah, she fucking knew everybody pretty fucking well. She's a compulsive liar, by the way. There's a scene where her mother literally shames her for being a complete compulsive liar. Anyways, this season has kind of like 2 plots. Well, again, the present and the past. The past kind of follows the gang where they're trying to help Tyler after his little school shooting. Clay and Tony help him get rid of the guns, and then they all like put up a kind of a schedule. They all team up and like, alright, we're all gonna protect Tyler, we're gonna watch over him and yada 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 yada. They follow him around, they hang out with him and yada yada yada. And it's a pretty boring plot and it just doesn't really go anywhere. It's like watching a bunch of people watching a special person. You know, just like they're like, you want a little ice cream? Yeah, I want ice cream. Ah yes, you get a little ice cream, don't you? Yeah, give me an ice cream. That's literally what it feels like watching it. It feels like watching people taking care of a special person or something. It's pretty boring. Plot 2 is happening in the present and it's a little more interesting, but it's a fucking shit pile. Bryce Walker has been murdered. Who killed Bryce Walker? Oh yes, this season is a murder mystery. You know, there's actually each season has like a different kind of a genre to it. The first season is like a discovering the truth kind of story. Like, yeah, we don't know the truth. We see all the lies around, and as we listen to the tape, we learn the truth. And you know, it's kind of like a learn the truth story. Season 2 is a courtroom drama where everybody goes to court and it's like a drama. And season 3 is a murder mystery. But it's without a doubt the worst murder mystery I have ever seen in my entire life. This show fucks it up beyond belief. It's not even funny how much it fucks it up. Anyways, Bryce Walker is dead. There's a murderer and Clay Jensen and new bitch. By the way, I'm gonna call her that from now on. New bitch. Because that's what she is. She's just a new bitch. Clay Jensen and New Bits play detectives. They're pretty much the worst detectives I've ever seen in movie history. I'll go over that in a moment, why they are literally the worst detectives ever. So pretty much Clay and New Bits just go around going, oh, I think this person is the killer. I have a strong suspicion that this person is the killer. And they all just kind of like go up to them, like follow them around, yada yada yada, and then they're like, are you the killer? He's like, no, listen, my backstory, flashback, show Black's backstory, how he interacted with Bryce and how he didn't kill him. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess you aren't the killer. And they repeat this like 13 times. Yippee fucking A. And then there's of course the special person plot. It doesn't go really anywhere, they just kind of like, oh, what's Tyler? And then there's this moment like, did Tyler kill him? Oh my god, Tyler has a gun. Did Tyler know Tyler didn't do it? Tyler's just pretty good. So, whatever. So that's kind of just the end of that plot, and then he has like a Me Too moment where he stands there like, I was raped! Me Too! Yeah, he has a fucking Me Too moment, and that's pretty much it for his character, that's pretty much it for his plot. Speaking of the Me Too thingy, I take it back, New Bits is not the worst character in it. The worst character without a doubt is that Tumblr fucking chick. Holy fuck was she annoying. She was literally the worst thing to ever happen to TV, ever. She's everything I hate in modern like fucking teenagers and millennials.
Well, that was pure bullshit. And fucking Bolin. Listen, you are way too much of a badass to let the fucking powder puff keep you from toppling the patriarchy. How about fuck rapists and dismantle the patriarchy? Because, you know, allies are welcome and all. But be a fucking ally.
You just want to piss people off.
Yes, I fucking do. People should be pissed off. This doesn't end just because they put a fucking rapist in the ground.
They were in pain.
Well, fuck their pain. What about your pain? In that fucking clubhouse.
Look, I get it.
No, you don't. You don't get shit.
My personal life has nothing to do with this.
Your personal life has everything to do with it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Things are always way more complicated than you think.
Not this one. This one seems pretty fucking simple.
Ignored everything.
Such bullshit.
Is that allowed?
Fuck yeah. It's more than allowed. Everybody's welcome at HO. Fucking everybody. Even if some people were dicks to them in the beginning. Some people are sorry.
Holy fucking shit. Garbage haircut. He looks like a fucking boy, by the way. Bad attitude. Insanely self-titled. She's so privileged that she whines about little or nothing. She was whining and complaining over the fact she couldn't dance on Bryce's grave. What a lovely character. Bryce is a scumbag. He's a fucking rapist and fucking scum of the earth. But you don't dance on people's graves. You're not harming the dead person, you're harming his family and friends. And it doesn't matter how much of a scum he was, they are still sad, and you don't show up to dance on his grave. That is disgusting. As a matter of fact, it makes you just as bad as Bryce. This Tumblr chick keeps on popping every now and then, and every time she did, I just wanted to shoot myself. Okay, spoiler here, I'm gonna spoil the ending. People, if you haven't seen it, you know, skip to this. Well, you know what? Fuck it, skip thingy. Like, why are you watching this if you haven't watched the entire series? This is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen it, then too bad for you. You're getting spoiled anyways. Like I said, Clay and New Bits kind of just fumble around, asking people, are you the killer? Are you the killer? And they never seem to be, and then just at the end, just turns out it was just fucking Alex. They didn't even like kill him in like a good way or anything. He just like Zack showed up to beat him up, and he was like wounded on the dock, and then Bryce asked Jessica to meet him at the dock. He wanted to give her something, a tape of like apology tape, and she decided to bring Alex with him, and Zack shows up and beats him and leaves, and then they show up, and he gives her the tape, and well, she just wants to leave him there, which is fucking cruel. Like, even as much of a bastard Bryce is, leaving him there to freeze to death is just cruel. And like I said, you are no better than him if you do bad things. You are literally just no better than him. Be better. If you help him, you're proving that you're a better person. but if you leave him there to die, you're just as bad. You're actually worse. You're a murderer. You killed someone. Anyways, Alex has like a bit of a moment of sympathy. He's like, oh, come on, we gotta help him. He decides to help him, and Bryce starts to talk bad, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill it, I'm gonna kill it, fucking kill it, fuck him. And Alex is just like, yeah, you know, whatever. Just kind of like lets him go, and he just falls into the river and drowns. It's like he didn't even like kill him in like a way that he's like physically responsible. He just kind of like just dropped him, and he just fell into the water and died. And they're like, oh, whatever. And what makes it even fucking more weird is that Jessica and fucking Alex have no reaction to this. They literally just drive home. I think it's the reason why she wanted to break up with him is because he killed Bryce, but she breaks up with Alex in the season, and you never know why, and I guess this is the reason. But she never is faced by the fact that they just killed Bryce. They never feel any remorse or like, holy shit, we just killed someone. They literally have nothing. Like, Alex has his fucking temper tantrum moments where he's like fucking boxing and shit, but you never really guess it's because he's sad or traumatized over the fact he just killed someone. He doesn't even seem to face him in the slightest. And to top it off, what makes it even fucking worse is that Clay and Newbit, the detectives, help to cover it. When they find out Alex is the one who killed him, they all team up to protect Jessica and Alex from the police and blame everything on Montgomery. Montgomery is a fucking scumbag, he's a douchebag and all that. He's a complete villain. But the guy you get. But the thing is, what I found most weird about this season, the people I sympathized most with was Bryce and Montgomery, the two villains of the series. And by the end of it, I didn't even see them as the villains anymore. Bryce kind of had a redemption story, which was nice. He was finally a character. In the first two seasons, he's just some goofy ass rapist villain. Like, that's all he is. He's just the goofy. He's so goofy in the first seasons because it's all his entire character. He's just a rapist. He's the rapist. He rapes. In this season, he actually had a character arc and like a thing going. Had to go through stuff. By the end, he was still kind of a douchebag, but you understood him better, and you could sympathize with him. You're like, I can see he's trying to do better. I can see the result. He does regret what he did, and he's trying to be better. But then he just dies in a stupid way. And Montgomery, it turns out he's gay, and he's like really scared of coming out as gay because his father's a extreme homophobe. It's kind of obvious because through the entire fucking season, he's always calling everybody a faggot. He's always like, hey guys, you know, Alex and Zach are faggots. They're so fucking, they're drilling each other in the ass. They're fucking, dude, they're fags. When you have a character speaking like this, constantly saying faggot, queer, and constantly calling everybody around him gay and fags and shit, it kind of just gives you like, I'm getting the sense he's gonna be gay or something. It's gonna be revealed that he's gay. And what do you know, it happened, he's gay. So I was like, okay, this is interesting, where are they gonna take this? Oh, never mind, he goes to prison because they framed him for Bryce's murder. They literally framed Montgomery for Bryce's murder. Montgomery and Bryce were best friends. And he's going to prison for his best friend murder, which he had nothing to do with. And in the prison, he gets killed. Just top it off screen. He gets killed off screen even. And then the Scooby Gang just hangs out at their favorite cafe, like the Friends group, and some shitty version of Duran Duran's Ordinary World plays. And they don't seem to have any regrets or anything. It's just like, wow, you turned the heroes into the villains and the villains into the heroes. Like, what the fuck? I've never seen such asinine shit before. And that is season 3's plot. Now let's go over why I fucking hate it. It fails as a murder mystery. Adam Sandler gave out a murder mystery himself. It's even called Murder Mystery. It's pretty bad actually. I didn't enjoy it at all. But the thing is, it's actually like a billion times better murder mystery than this. And you know you fucked up when Adam Sandler makes a more competent murder mystery than you. Then you know you fucked up big time. Let's go over what makes a murder mystery. Just like a simple classic murder mystery. you have a character who dies, you have like 4 to 5, you have to have a cast small, because you need the characters to be relatable, interesting, and for the reader or the watcher to connect with them. So just have a small cast of suspects, like 4 to 5. All 4 to 5 suspects have some connection to the victim, and they all have kind of a motive to kill him. And then you have a detective character who has to go over the evidence and talk to the suspects, and as the story goes on, he discovers who the killer is. And that's just like a basic fucking murder mystery. You can make it more complex and different, but that's just like a classic, typical murder mystery. So, well, let's take all these factors in. You have small cast of suspect, all have to have some unique personality to them, some connection to the victim and some motives to it, to kill him. A detective character who is cool and calculated, who goes over the evidence, talks to the suspects and figures out the mystery. And even you, the reader or the watcher, you feel like a detective reading or watching these movies or books, because you also have to figure out who the killer is. The book will throw at you red herrings, which is just smoke and mirrors, trying to trick you into thinking someone else is the killer, but you have to figure out who the killer is yourself. That's what makes murder mysteries fun to watch or read. Now, how does 13 Reasons Why Season 2 fuck this up? The evidence. The evidence mean nothing in this show. Absolutely nothing. The first episode is you know they all had like the 13 reasons. They had like, first one has 13 tapes. The second one has like 13 testimonies. This one has 13 evidence why Bryce was killed. But the thing is, none of the evidence have nothing to do with his death whatsoever. In the first episode, there's the bike lock. It was found in Bryce's room. Oh my, and it belongs to Clay. Is he the killer? No, it was just Annie. She just took it and left it in his room while they were having sex. Okay, never mind. Annie found a fucking letter that was written by Bryce to Jessica. How he thinks about the rape and stuff. Did Jessica kill him? Oh, let's investigate. No, she didn't do it. Whatever. So the letter was pointless. Well, Jessica did actually have involvement in this death, but the letter had nothing to do with it, actually. And then there was the fucking gun that Tyler had. They were all like, oh my god, did Tyler do it? Did he really... I really hated that episode, because the episode is really anti-men. It has the whole, boys will be boys. If you let boys be boys, they will kill their mother, kill their fathers and rape their mothers thingy going on. Like treating like just being a man is a bad thing. The whole like episode is just like, oh, look at all these men doing bad decisions because they have pride. You know, women also do stupid things and have pride and yada yada yada. Stop acting like women are perfect. Because of toxic masculinity, men make stupid decisions, but not women. Because women perfect, women do everything perfectly. Women do a lot of stupid shit too, you know. But in the end, the gun has nothing to do with anything. He didn't kill Bryce. He just wanted to. He was keeping the gun because he was thinking about killing himself. But he wanted to get rid of it because he didn't want it anymore. So the gun had nothing to do with anything. Why is it in the evidence? Why is the whole episode themed around it? And so goes for all the other evidence. None of them had anything to do with fucking Bryce's death. It were just pointless red herrings. Too many suspects. Like I said before, there has to be just like 4 to 5 suspects. But this show has, no joke, 15 suspects. 15! 4 of them are just pointless filler. It's Bryce's mom, Bryce's dad were suspects for like 3 minutes. And then you have Mr. Porter and Seth, the drug dealer, who were also just suspect for like 10 minutes, immediately dropped. It was like, what was the point of having them? They just wanted to throw the characters in. They just were like, oh, let's get Mr. Porter back here, and then let's get Seth the drug dealer from season 1 and season 2 here, and let's get Bryce's mom more into the story, and let's introduce Bryce's dad, because we want to show off how men are disgusting creatures. Just pointless filler that has nothing to do with anything. They're just red herrings. And you know what? Speaking of red herrings, characters have to have motive and a point in the story. 13 Reasons Why fucks this up. Because every single evidence or clue or another suspect pointing out another suspect, it's all just pointless red herring. nothing really matters at the end because no one seems to be the killer. For the entire fucking show, Clay and Newpitz are just running around pointing fingers at everybody, like, oh, you killer, you killer, you killer, and everybody says no. And the show just like, just nothing. There's no killer. And by the end they were like, Clay's the killer. Oh my god, is Clay the killer? Could he be? And then Zack just shows up, I don't know, and says, I did it. And it's like, okay, interesting. Like, he's barely been in the show. Like, he wanted nothing to do with the whole like special person help thingy, and he's just kind of been in the background. Like, okay, maybe. And yes, he did have something to do with it. He beat the shit out of Bryce, broke his legs and broke his arm and shit, but he didn't kill him. Like I said before, then Jessica and Alex just showed up and just dropped him in the water and just died. But the thing is, we went through both Jessica, like Clay and Newpitz pointed out Jessica and Alex, and the show just kind of like, no, they didn't do it. Making Jessica and Alex a red herring, meaning they're just smoke and mirrors, tricking you into thinking they were, through the entire episode, they're like, are they the killer? Are they the killer? And then just like, no, this is a red herring, which is tricking you. But then they're just like, oh, tricked you again, they were the killer. Us making them look like the killers was red herring, but us telling you it was not, they were not the killer was also red herring. They were the killers. Fuck you. And then of course our brilliant detectives just covered it all up, killing Montgomery in prison and just acting like nothing happened. You know, like I said before, you're really fucked up when the villains of your show become like the more sympathetic characters and your heroes become your villains. Like the fucking villains are now like the sympathetic ones, and the heroes are just a basket of deplorables. Good detectives? Absolutely not. I already said Clay and the Newpitz are the worst detectives ever to happen to anything. This is seriously how they do their detective fucking work.
Clay, look! It's Alex! He's acting suspicious!
I wonder if he's the killer.
I don't know, we should probably investigate. Okay. You know, he's acting even more weird. We should probably move in on him. Hey Alex, are you the killer?
No, listen. I have a deep and complex backstory. Flashback.
Oh, okay. I guess he wasn't the killer.
Well, looks like we just gotta go and question someone else.
Hey Jessica, are you the killer? No, listen.
I have a deep and complex backstory. Flashback. Oh, okay. I guess she wasn't the killer. Well, let's ask him. Hey Tyler. Yeah. Are you the killer? No, listen.
I have a deep and complex backstory. Flashback.
Oh, okay, so they weren't the killer again. Justin, are you the killer?
No, listen.
I have a deep and complex backstory. Flashback.
They're like the detectives in the fucking SpongeBob movie where Plankton stole the crown of the king and he shows up like a guy, oh, I know you did it. Here's the evidence! And it's literally just a confession. It's not even an evidence.
I'm Eugene Krabs, your highness. Would you like to order something?
Nay! I'm on to you, Krabs! You have stolen the royal crown you cannot deny. For clever as you are, you left one damning piece of evidence at the scene of the crime!
I stole your crown, signed Eugene Krabs!
Imagine if Sherlock Holmes, the greatest detective in just literature, was like that. It's over, Moriarty. I know you killed the Queen. And tell me, Sherlock, how can you possibly know it was me? Well, Moriarty, it was difficult. You gave me quite a challenge. But in the end, I figured it out. You left a letter on the Queen. It says, I killed the Queen. I'm at this location. Come and find me, Sherlock. Signed, Moriarty. No, it can't be. How can I, Moriarty, the greatest criminal mastermind this world has ever seen, be defeated by the detective Sherlock Holmes? Well, Moriarty, you may be the world's greatest criminal mastermind, but I'm the world's greatest detective. And we may be on equal measure when it comes to intelligence, but in the end, only man can be the smartest. And sadly, Moriarty, you left one fatal evidence. Sherlock, you truly defeated me. You truly are the world's greatest detective and the world's most smartest man. And I am only second. But one day, Sherlock, I shall prevail and defeat you. Well, that's a deal. I look forward to your next challenge, Moriarty. Let's prove who's the true intelligent detective. Red herring. For those of you who don't know what a red herring is, a red herring is a common plot device used in mystery and thriller stories to distract the reader from identifying the real culprit. The red herring in the story can take the form of a character that the reader suspects, but who turns out to be innocent when the real murderer is identified. So a smoking mirror, basically. It just tricks you, like all the Scooby-Doo episode, you know, where they were like, Soinks! I wonder who did this scoop? And then there's like this creepy janitor character who's like, I don't like you kids. It's like, he's the red herring. He's there to make you think like he's the culprit because he's creepy and stuff. But it turns out to be the character who got like screen time for like 3 seconds. What a brilliant detective show that is. But the problem with 13 Reasons Why is, like I said, a red herring is just used to like trick the reader to suspect someone else, so the real culprit isn't revealed too soon. The thing is with 13 Reasons is that everyone is a red herring. Literally everyone. Every single suspect they interview is just a pointless red herring. Like literally none of the characters have nothing to do with the dead. The only ones who have something to do with the dead is Zach, because he beat the shit out of Bryce, and then Jessica and Alex. But they are all just red herrings. The whole show goes over them and just ignores the fact what they did. But then just at the end, just it's like the writer was writing and decided to make everybody just a red herring. And then the end was like, wait, who is the killer? I don't know. Fuck it. Just phase 3, whatever. That's literally how it feels. It just feels like it just decided out of nowhere that Jessica and Alex were the killers. Like he had no plans or anything. And by the end, it doesn't even matter because they get off. They are protected by everyone. So it doesn't even fucking matter at the end. You get no satisfaction out of discovering who the killers were because they just get away with it, making the entire murder mystery just kind of pointless. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 4 reasons why 13 Reasons Why Season 3 is the worst murder mystery of all time. Too many suspects, none of them likable, all 15 suspects, including the killer, Jessica and Alex, and all clues and evidence are just pointless red herring who have nothing to do with the plot at all, or by the end, doesn't even matter. The 2 worst detectives in just history of storytelling. And finally, instead of having a shocking killer reveal, the showrunners shocks you in a way no other murder mystery has ever done before. The whole season is a pointless red herring. The true killer was the season itself. It killed my time. I wasted hours of my life on this troll of a show. That's it. Fuck this shit. This has to be the end. Right? Right? Holy fucking shit. Season 4. Is this a joke? Why? And how? What more do you have to say? Your ratings are in the shitter, and as a matter of fact, the score just gets lower and lower and lower. So what next? I mean, Bryce is dead, Montgomery is dead, Hannah is dead, the characters are all finished with high school, so what's next? Tune in next year, 13 Reasons Why, Season 4. Who groped Clay Jensen on the train? Oh, some fucking fishermen found the guns that they hid. So fucking what? They are already criminals and killers. How much worse can they get? That's it. I'm done. I'm done with this fucking show. I'm not gonna watch it anymore. I'm not gonna watch this fucking season 4. I am done. I'm not even gonna do it to review it. I'm just done. Like I said, this show is a troll. It is just trolling me. It's just pointless. The entire fucking season was just pointless red herring filler that meant nothing. Fuck it. It gets a 1 out of 10. I can't say a single thing that I liked about this season. Fuck it. Thank you so much for watching my first detective movie review. More reviews will be coming soon. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you all enjoy this. I'll see you guys in the next detective review.